Right now, Kansas high school seniors are learning about the scholarships they have earned for college in the fall. And a Junction City good kid found out she's been awarded $100,000 to pursue her education. Senior Ashley Caligari has been named a 2026 Rudd Foundation scholarship recipient. Caligari was selected as one of only 50 scholars out of a pool of about 700 applicants statewide. She becomes just the second Junction City Blue Jay ever to earn this prestigious scholarship, which is a full ride award valued at $100,000 and includes tuition, fees, on-campus housing, even a meal plan. Caligari plans to attend Wichita State. She'll be a shocker in the fall, and she's going to pursue a degree in health management. Outside of being a top student and a member of the National Honor Society, Caligari is also involved in Spanish club and dance outside of school. By the way, the Rudd Scholarship aims to support Kansas residents who plan to attend Emporia State, Fort Hays State, K-State, or Wichita State. So we say a hearty congratulations to good kid Ashley Caligari on this major accomplishment. Tell us about the good kids that you know. Send me your nominations at our website at WIBW.com.